And so there are statistics showing that the number of women who are desiring to have family planning has increased drastically over the past 20 years. That is 2 decades ago. So in the year 2000, for instance, we had like 900 million women who were desiring to have family planning in the year 2000. In the year 2021, the number of women, those women who were desiring to have family planning, had increased to about 1.1 billion. To about 1.1 billion. So meaning that the number is increasing, although from 900 million to 1.1 over 20 years, there is increase, but the increase is slightly small, smaller than we expect because of the emerging issues that we have currently in the world. So as much as we are saying that there is an increase, it means that there are some barriers to family planning. Not every woman is able to use this family planning. And I want us to look at what are some of these barriers that has made women not to turn up in good numbers to access these family planning methods. So we have several barriers that have made women not to utilize this family planning. And maybe you may have some information about this. What do you think are some of the barriers? So number one, we may have limited choice of methods. Although I will be discussing about these methods, we may have a limited number, a limited choice of these methods. Number two, we may have limited access to services. Especially those young people, they may have limited access. Those poorer people, those who have low economic status, they may not be able to afford the services. And also those people who are unmarried, they may shy off from accessing these family planning methods. So we may have limited access to services. People are poor. People don't have finances. They don't have NHIF covers. They don't have. Another barrier is about myths and misconceptions. Yeah? We may have some myths and misconceptions, false information about family planning. It's also a barrier. We may also have fear of experiencing Fear of experiencing side effects. Yes, it's true. Anything good may have some side effects. So some people may have heard, when you use this particular method, you are going to experience blah 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 blah. You are going to not conceive. You are not going to have your menses. You are not going to blah blah blah, such a things. So people may shy off. Women of reproductive age, and the reproductive age, I mean roughly, let's say 15 to 49. Although there are girls that may start menstruating before the age of 15, and there are those women who may also menstruate past the age of 49. It is possible, but the main group lies between 15 and 49. So those people may shy off from using family planning because of they fear the side effects that come along with the methods. And so we may have another barrier called the cultural or religious opposition. Some cultures won't allow a woman to use family planning method. Some religions, some denominations will be against family planning because of their faith, what they believe in, and all that. So there might be opposition on the same. We may also have another barrier called poor quality of the available services. Yes, the people may be able to access, but the services are very poor. They are poor quality. Or maybe someone came, they received a particular method of family planning, but it was done poorly. Let's say, for example, it was an insertion of IUD. Don't worry, I'll discuss about the methods. Maybe this client came, she received IUD, the IUD was done, but it was done wrongly, it was done poorly, and she still conceived using, and yet the IUD was in place, was in situ. So that means the services are available, but they are of poor quality. This is also a barrier. We may also have another barrier called gender-based barriers. Gender-based. You may have heard about gender-based violence. You may have heard this. So gender-based barriers can also be there, whereby the men are stopping women from making decisions to go and have a particular method of family planning, or the women also, it can be either way. I want you to understand me. I don't want you to misquote me or to misunderstand me. Gender-based, it may be either way. There is one side that is not being fair to the other side, and this can be a barrier. And we have so many other barriers in place. I know you can think about them. I know you can think about them. So allow me to move forward and maybe mention about these methods. In my next video, I'll be able to discuss about each and every method, the advantages, the disadvantages, and all that. And so we have the methods. Now we have talked about introduction to family planning. What about the methods? We may have temporary methods and permanent methods. We may have temporary methods and permanent. Don't worry, I'll be able to explain. And in these, we can also have a subdivision. We can divide them, categorize them further into three. We may have mechanical barriers. Mechanical barriers, that means these are methods that will ensure that there is no fluid exchange between a man and a woman. There is no fluid exchange between a man and a woman, and they may include condoms and vaginal rings. Number two, we may have hormonal methods, and these ones affect egg release. These affect egg release, and this can include oral pills, implants, and injectables, the ones we call depot. And lastly, we may have the surgical methods. And the surgical methods, we may have temporary ones, whereby we have the coil or the IUD, intrauterine device. IUD is a temporary one. And also we may have the permanent methods, whereby we can have the vasectomy. Vasectomy is where the sperm duct of males are cut. We may also have tubectomy. Tubectomy means the tubes of a woman, the fallopian tubes are cut. And this is called BTL, bilateral tubal ligation. So in my next video, I will be able to discuss about each and every method, the advantages and the disadvantages, and will be good to go. Thank you for keeping tuned. Thank you for following us. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you share this video so that others can also have a knowledge about this. Shalom and God bless you.